Welcome back, football fans. We're in the final minutes of what has to be the worst refereed game I've ever witnessed.
I hear you, Roy. This guy must have slept through the hand signals class at ref school. He ain't got a clue.
When this is over, I'm sure both teams will have a few choice hand signals for this ref. It's 2nd and 10, and the Drillers are clinging to a 1-point lead against the Blasters. Hold on. What's he doing now? Touchdown, Blasters. They haven't even snapped the ball. I don't believe it. Wait, both benches are clearing. Everyone's on the field. They're all after the ref. This is not going to end well. Oh no, cut to commercial. You know, folks, it didn't have to end this way. It's easy to learn and use the correct hand signals. The more we all use them, the safer we are. And it could mean you won't end up in a hospital bed next to this guy, or worse. Let me walk you through the basics. There are 6 hand signals in the Worker's Guide to Hand Signals for Directing Vehicles that you need to know. Think of them as your game day playbook. The signals are emergency stop, planned stop, proceed slowly, left and right turns, distance to stopping, and clear to leave area. Now, if you're the QB, knowing the playbook is useless if nobody else on your team knows it. Even Chuck knows that. So before you start the play, the driver and the guide need to huddle to make sure they both know the signals and the path they're going to follow and any potential hazards. Remember, whether you're driving or directing, good communication is the best way to control and eliminate vehicle hazards. What's that, Chuck? Yeah, you need to be able to see each other too. If you're a guide, wear your high vis and make sure it's clean and done up so you can be seen, especially in low light. Maintain eye contact with the driver and keep him up to date on your plays. So let's get started, and I want to see you doing these as you watch him. Get your arms up. The first play is the emergency stop. This is a big one and trumps all other plays, signals. If you see a situation that needs immediate action, this tells the driver to stop immediately. No messing about. Start with your hands crossed over your head and extend them down to the side repeatedly. Rapid movements are more likely to be seen by the driver, so do it quickly until he stops. And the driver shouldn't start again until he gets a signal to move or checks with the guide that it's safe to move. If it's not an emergency, there's a different signal for stop. The planned stop is used to reposition the guide or tell the driver when they're at the final stop point. This is a simple one. Raise your arms until your wrists are crossed above your head. And remember to keep your arms high so you can see the driver and he can see you. Okay, next up is the proceed slowly signal. Roll the video. And when I say slowly, I'm talking about walking speed with the vehicle geared low. Start with your arms out in front of you at about 45 degrees from your body and your palms facing the direction of travel. Keep your wrists locked and bend both arms toward your head. Remember, this is the whole forearm that moves. None of this wrist stuff. And don't just do it a couple of times and head for the showers. Keep moving your arms until you're ready to give the stop signal. Hold on. Stop it right there. Did you see that? What's the rule we all learned in college ball? If you can't see the driver can't see you. This is important. And if the driver can't see you, he's got to stop right away. And don't walk backwards while you're directing. Stop the vehicle, then reposition yourself before starting again. And one more thing. Never, ever stand directly behind a moving vehicle. No one should ever cross or step behind a moving vehicle, or if the backup warning device is activated. Okay, so you've directed the vehicle without any fumbles, and we're getting close to its final position. Now we need to show the driver the distance to stopping point signal. Start with your arms out to the sides of your body and your palms pointed forward. As the vehicle gets closer, move your arms closer together above your head. But remember, we're not showing a specific distance. This doesn't mean about a foot. You're showing proportional distance to the driver. And when you're done, finish with the planned stop signal. Now, if you're thinking about running a drag route in your game, it's time to talk about turns. The turn signal starts with your arms extended to both sides, with one arm pointing in the direction of the turn and the other moving towards your head, like we did in the proceed slowly signal. And like before, keep those wrists locked and don't stop the signal until the turn is done or you need to stop the vehicle. This is where staying inside of the driver is tricky. If you're going to lose contact, stop the vehicle and move to a new position. Remember, never stand directly behind a moving vehicle if you want to get home safely to your family. Okay, last signal now. You're doing great. Cleared to leave area means it's safe for the driver to move out, but you've got to tell him where to go and confirm that it's his turn to leave. So start by pointing at the driver so everyone knows which driver you're signaling to. Wait for a nod or some signal that he understands, then extend both arms in the direction you want the vehicle to move. And you can repeat this a few times if you need to. Hey, now you know more about hand signals than a certain referee. But be sure to practice. Rewind this video and watch the game highlights a few times. What did we learn? Plan your vehicle movement with the driver before you start. Keep the signals coming until the move is complete or you need to stop and move. And never lose sight of the driver, even if there are cheerleaders on the field. But the most important thing to remember is to protect your quarterback, and that's you. Now, I'm taking Chuck out for a beer. I'll see you next week when the Pipeliners are taking on the Snubbers.